CTV Calgary, local breaking news.
Good afternoon. A major court ruling today against Justin Trudeau's former government. The Federal Court of Appeal has found it was unreasonable for the Liberals to use the Emergencies Act to end protests 4 years ago. The act was imposed in February of 2022 to end the truckers' convoy that tied up downtown Ottawa for 3 weeks. It also helped to end the protests at the Coots border crossing in Alberta and in Windsor, Ontario. Protesters had gathered to demonstrate against Ottawa's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The appeals court is upholding a decision by the federal court judge in 2024 who said there was no national emergency that would require the act and that constitutional rights were infringed. WestJet says it's rolling back its plan to reconfigure seating on planes to put more passengers on board. The decision comes after this video went viral last week, showing an Alberta couple jammed into their seats with minimal legroom. The airline had already changed the seating on a number of planes, but now says it will return to the prior seat pitch in the economy section. A full row of 6 seats will be taken out. WestJet says it's responding to feedback from passengers and flight attendants. CTV News has learned new details about Shahbaz Ahmed, who was killed after luring and attacking a woman in her Edgemont rental property. We have confirmed he previously rented out his home to a Calgary senior who suddenly disappeared and is presumed dead. In August of 2023, police executed a warrant at the Falcon Ridge home. It was the last place anyone saw 71-year-old Abdul Mufti, who rented the basement suite from Ahmed. Police identified a person of interest in the theft of Mufti's credit cards, but that person was released. Investigators would not confirm if that person was Ahmed, nor would they link Mufti's disappearance to Ahmed. Homicide detectives say Mufti is now dead and the investigation remains open. A Calgary man found guilty of terrorism-related offenses will be sentenced on February 4th. Sentencing arguments happened this morning for Jamal Borhat, who traveled to Syria to train with ISIS. The Crown says Borhat should spend 16 years in prison. His lawyer is asking for 12 years. Borhat's cousin and co-accused is already serving a 12-year sentence. The city activated the final pump this morning to bring the Bears Paw feeder main back up to full service. The pipe has been repaired and safe drinking water is flowing through it. Calgarians still remain under Stage 4 indoor water restrictions, but the city will be providing an update on that later today. As for driving in the area, westbound 16th Avenue remains partially closed. 2 homes burned to the ground and several others have been damaged in Rocky View County. The fire started Thursday afternoon in a home under construction in Conrich. The extremely windy conditions sent flames ripping through another new build as well. 3 neighboring homes had minor damage to the exterior. Fighting the fire was a team effort with crews from Rocky View, Calgary, and Chestermere. No one was hurt. And shortly before that fire, Calgary crews responded to reports of smoke coming from the McCall Lake Golf Course. Firefighters found an encampment fire near some trees and put it out, but it took a while to get there because the course is closed for the season. Crews were eventually able to gain access and send out the bush buggy to find it.
So it does make the access a little bit harder. Definitely with the windy conditions, we're concerned about any potential fires spreading. So we're grateful that nothing spread further from the initial fire here.
Calgary police were also called in to the encampment sites. Calgary is hosting a national ringette tournament this weekend. This is the 40th year for the Esso Golden Ring Tournament. And last night at the Seton YMCA, a couple of the U16 teams were preparing. More than 180 teams and 2,600 players from across Canada will be taking part. The tournament started this morning and wraps up on Sunday. And this weekend also marks the start of the Snow Days Festival in Banff in Lake Louise. The most popular event is ski joring on Banff Avenue. It's a mixture of horse riding and skiing. The festival also includes an ice carving competition and performances. The event runs through February 8th. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the top stories coming up on CTV News at 5 and 6 or anytime online at ctvnewscalgary.ca.